Our guest today on Absolutely Famous is Sam Boyce from my old hometown of Blenheim in New Zealand. Sam recently won the Marlborough Cricketer of the Year award. Sam, congratulations, mate. Great to chat.
Thank you, John.
Yeah,
Thanks for putting in some time.
there's a few famous people have won that award, Sam. I think way back in the day, Lance Cairns would have won it, Gary Bartlett, two famous Marlborough fast bowlers.
Yeah, I guess it's good to. I actually didn't really get a chance to look at the trophy properly. We had to hand them back for engraving, but hopefully they put East Boyce on it.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they will. So, Sam, you're right-arm medium pace bowler, right-hand batsman. You've been playing for Marlborough for a long time. I think you estimated about 75 matches from your debut in 2012. That's an awesome effort.
Yeah, I guess I think probably coming up to sort of the 9th or 10th season. I was reasonably young when I debuted, and it's addictive putting on the maroon cap. You sort of you see boats and whatnot go down Redwood Street tooting and that, and seeing mates. But some days, some tough days, you wish you were with them, but more often than not, you enjoy representing your province. So.
Well, you had a pretty tough start. You played against Taranaki on your debut. They're one of the best provincial sides in the country. So, do you remember that game? Are you nervous?
Yeah. It's I'm sure it was Chapel Cup, and back then, not so much now, but you still have a lot of good cricketers. But back then, fond memories were playing at Nelson Park, and you'd be playing on one ground, and then on the other ground you'd have you'd look over and Adam Milne and that were steaming in, and because Chapel Cup's always sort of picked out of a hat, the draw, and we sort of managed to dodge them sort of players, but it would have obviously been a good experience. But I remember getting tonked a bit, but but it's all part of learning.
Do you remember who your first wicket was?
I can't actually, John. It's a good question. It's probably back on Crick HQ somewhere, but
I would have written it down personally.
Poor bugger, it was probably a tail ender caught on the rope or something.
Sure, you're medium pacer, and you predominantly bowl in swingers or outies, or a bit of both.
Mainly in swing. I guess my action sort of in swing more dominant. But I guess I try to I try to roll the fingers over the ball a bit, change it up a little bit. So
Of course, the game's changed a hell of a lot. I played senior cricket back in the day in the 80s for Redwood, and the main focus for winning the competition there was on the 2-day one. Everyone particularly wanted to win that. Things have changed a little bit now with the modern era.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, Hawke Cup's always the pinnacle, and the hard cricket. But obviously with the white ball stuff now, it's like Chapel Cup, and to be fair, we don't play a huge amount of 2020s for Marlborough. The past Chapel Cup, we ended up playing in Levin. That was a 2020 tournament, only because of the cyclone ripped through the North Island, so they had about 2 or 3 days to change the draw, and to CD's credit, they put on a good few days of 2020 cricket. Yeah.
Because but I was thinking at club level, it's a little bit more one-day stuff and short form cricket there.
Yeah, it is. We play a few rounds of one day, actually maybe one round actually, and then 2020s during the sort of midweek. They're always good fun. It's always a bit of it's a 5:30 start, so or 5:15 start, so it's always a rush from work, but you sort of just turn up and get into it.
Yeah, I love the new skills that have come out with 2020 cricket. The brilliant variations the bowlers have, and the batsmen just now bat completely without fear, and the fielding's out of this world. Do you enjoy all the aspects of the game?
Yeah, definitely. I'm probably a bit of a traditionalist batsman. The old man's always said to play straight, and
Yeah.
as you know. And then bowling obviously. You have to change things up quite a bit. You sort of always have to be one step ahead in a way. And fielding. Fielding's a huge aspect these days, I reckon. You sort of have to have, I guess, be okay at all three aspects, really. Fielding, even third man and final leg, they're crucial parts of the, part of the field now.
Yeah, of course, a couple of things don't change in cricket. If you're batting and you miss a straight one, you're out. And if you're bowling, the tighter you bowl, the more chance you've got of getting a wicket. So nothing really changes there.
Yeah, well, that's right. They miss, you hit, really.
Yeah. Is there a couple of highlights, Sam, in your long career so far that you really remember?
Yeah, definitely. The old man, coached me through age group, morning cricket. And then when I sort of got into the afternoon grades, it was, he sort of come up and played a lot with me. So that was really cool.
That's Stephen Boyce, of course, for those who don't know. Legend of Redwood back in the day. Very fine opening batsman.
Yeah. And then I think we won he actually played a couple of seasons with Warrior Valley and senior cricket with me, so that was special. I think we won when the 2-day competition was going. We won a competition with together, which was really cool. Played a game, Newman Shield game with my brother last year.
Harrison, yep.
Yeah, Harrison. So that was although the result didn't go so well, we representing Marlborough was pretty special, and obviously Mum, she's played a big part. So
that's Leanne. Good on you, Leanne.
So looking, always looking over with Mum and Dad on the bank is always pretty cool.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, you mentioned the Newman Shield. Yeah, it's a great rivalry between Marlborough and Nelson. There's a love-hate relationship on the sports field. Of course, we totally respect them, but we like to beat them.
Yeah, for sure. It's probably you hear some pretty cool stories back in the day, but it's probably mellowed out a little bit. But obviously, you always want to get one over them. Yeah,
exactly. Well, you've 75 games now over a long period of time. Have you got any further goals you want to achieve at club cricket or in rep cricket for Marlborough?
You're obviously itching towards the 100 games, I guess. So that would be pretty special. We've had about 3 Hawke Cup zone finals, which we've missed out on, unfortunately. So it'll be nice to go one further and get a challenge at some stage. Club cricket, I guess. It's I guess to win a few more titles and that, and keep I guess being the older members with a few of them in the club cricket now. It's seeing younger guys come through now would be pretty cool. Be around for them. So
you're awesome. What's your age now, Sam?
29 this year.
29. You're already a senior pro on the team.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you would have been one of the Colts.
Yeah, well, that's I guess that's going back to your point. I guess it's how the game's changed in Marlborough at the moment. Yeah. Yeah,
and of course in the winter you played a lot of club soccer for Central at the senior level there. You're still playing soccer this season?
Yep. So we're it'll be our 4th round this weekend coming. Fortunately, we're yet to put a win on the board, but I'm sure that will come.
Yeah, totally. What's the soccer was always a vibrant competition. Back when I lived in Blenheim, I used to enjoy covering that for the newspaper, and a lot of really dedicated and some really good players too.
Yeah, for sure. It's always we don't train or anything. We just turn up on a Saturday and turn up. But it's always, once you obviously get on the field, you get that white line fever and get that competitive nature come back. But yeah, you're right. There is the Rangers. They've got a representative team in the Nelson Marlborough competition, so that's quite strong, and they've been quite successful actually in the last few years. I think they've won 2 or 3 years in a row now. So.
Yeah. And of course, you enjoy running too. We've done a couple of Gold Coast half marathons together. Have you got any more events coming up on the horizon?
Managed to sneak an entry into the St Clair next Saturday.
Oh, well done.
So that will be. Probably haven't done a huge amount of training, but as you know, John, 20. Once you've done a few, you can sort of just muscle your way through.
Yeah, you do.
So I'll hopefully get under that sort of 150 mark, hopefully, but we'll soon see.
If you think it's painful at any stage, I'm interviewing a lady later on this week who did 150 consecutive marathons in 157 days. Yeah, how that ever happened, I don't know, but it's true, and she survived to tell the story. So if you think that's tough,
at that sort of 18, 19k mark, I'll think of her.
Yeah, that's it. Her Chan is her first name, so get that in your head. It's a great event, the St Clair Half Marathon. I remember doing the very first one, and they were a bit apprehensive about how it would go, but there was a pretty good field in that one, and it's just taken off, obviously.
Yeah, no, it's obviously draws a lot of people to Marlborough, which is cool as well. So hopefully they get another good turnout this year.
And of course, when you're not playing sport, you enjoy fishing. Dad's got the boat now, and I think Harry's got almost possession of that, hasn't he, at the moment?
Yeah, I think he's probably used it more time than Dad. But I guess I haven't done as much fishing as I'd like to over the summer, but it's definitely a good hobby. We're pretty lucky with obviously John, the Marlborough Sounds at our doorstep, which we're pretty grateful for, and probably we don't really take it for granted sometimes, but it's a good hobby. Once cricket dies down like this time of year, it's always good to get out, and I don't think I'm carrying a little bit of the old man's luck, I think.
Oh yeah. What, bad luck or good luck?
It was bad luck. But,
oh no.
No, he actually got on some good fish over the weekend actually, so.
Oh, that's good. Good to hear. Yeah. Well, Sam, once again, congratulations, mate. 75 games for Marlborough Cricketer of the Year. That's awesome. We'll talk to you soon, but hopefully you'll bring up that 100 in the not too distant future.
Yeah. No, thanks, John. Thanks for having a chat.
We'll catch
up.
All the best, mate.
Cheers, John.